Hey, welcome to Good Drugs Farm. This video, I'm gonna show you clips and things of what we've done over the years for our uh, things we're growing for our garden and our fruit trees. It's called Back to Eden Gardening, and the gist of this video is to show you what persistence does. It literally took over 3.5 years actually of calling companies and getting verbal agreements of wanting to come out and help and dump wood chips and that kind of thing. But what you're seeing now are video clips of us by hand getting wood chips. And this video here, that clip there is actually horse manure, composted horse manure. I'd found a stable that piled their manure up like this, and it sat for a while, so we just went and got it, and here I'm feeding the troops at a park with our trailer full of horse manure. But so what we did is this garden spot. This was the garden spot we wanted to use. We don't have very much flat land at all. We've got 125 acres, and it's pretty much hills and steep inclines and that kind of thing. So this is our garden area. This is the post being put in. My father-in-law came from Montana, and he helped me because I really hadn't done much fencing at all, and he helped. Lloyd came and really showed me some cool tricks and things to do. So we got it outlined, and we actually didn't have enough wood chips. It should be a minimum of 4 inches, and in some places we had quite a bit, and in some others it was rather thin. So after probably a couple of years, I found a place about a half hour away that I could take my tractor to. I could put my tractor on the back of our trailer, and quite easily I could fill up my trailer, and with a big chain I would chain my tractor to one of the pieces of equipment there, take it home, bring it back unloaded. This day we did 3 trips, um, back and forth. I wish I had video of us unloading, because we've learned uh, over the years we would put a long chain tied to a spare tire in the front of the trailer and covered up with wood chips, and then once we got back to the house, uh, we'd pull the chain with another vehicle. In our case, we have a Kawasaki Mule. In a time or two, we actually used a tree. We tied the chain around the tree, and then drove the vehicle forward. And the chain would pull the tire and pull quite a bit off for us, so that way we didn't have to shovel each load by hand. So it was getting dark, but we did this over years, and every year, several times a year, I would call mulching companies or tree trimming companies, and I would see them at gas stations, and I'd stop and talk to them, and they seemed very eager to want to dump. But I've found out that it needs to be extremely convenient for them, and if it's really convenient for them, they'll love it, and they'll come to your place. So if you're not too far out, so we had traveled. That's what's interesting, is we had traveled. There were sometimes we went 45 minutes away trying to get wood chips, because I believed in this method so much. And then one day, out of the blue, I called again, and lo and behold, they came out the next day with 2 trucks. The place they had been dumping asked them not to bring any more, and he was thrilled that I'd called him. And I was thrilled that I'd called that day, and never stopped calling because I just believed in it so much. And we have so many projects I want to do. We've got fruit trees way out where we hunt that I wanted to heavily mulch. Um, so when they showed up, I was just thrilled, and the kids were thrilled. No more trips, pulling a trailer back and forth, and it took quite a bit of time. But when you really believe in something, you'll do whatever it takes. So being persistent, calling them, and then to have them show up. I mean, just this load here, that would have taken us 2 trips and over several days, 2 days probably, because we had been going so far away. Um, and usually I would try it either when I got home late, because when I would chain my tractor to one of their large trucks or pieces of equipment. It had to be after work hours for them. So, like I say, I just couldn't have been more thrilled. So, just be persistent. Uh, they get busy. They're like the rest of us. They have things come up and then they'll forget and that kind of thing. So there were so many wood chips over the. I'd stopped counting around 50 loads over the past year. So we had them dump in a new spot, and here's my daughter, Ariane. Sometimes I couldn't be home to push them out of the way, so whoever else, either her or my other daughter or my son, uh, they would push them so that the next time they come, they didn't have anything to slow them down. Uh, I didn't see this until I looked at the footage. I was like, oh, that was neat. um, but as you can see, as summer had gone away, we just kept getting more and more and more, and it's piling up until I can get to it. Sometimes I could get to it, and I'd take the pile way down. But I mean, they brought consistently at least 2 loads a week. I would encourage you to watch the film Back to Eden if you haven't already. It's at backtoedenfilm.com. You can watch the video at no charge, and there's plenty of stuff on YouTube about it. Um, I, our fruit trees just grew so fast. Once that stuff starts breaking down, after about the second or third year, you really notice a difference. And in the garden, it's great. But again, it's about consistency. The kids love playing in it. And you look out in the morning, especially on these cold days like it is now, and just see the steam just rising up, knowing it's composting. So the garden's going to get a nice, deep, fresh layer. The fruit trees, the chestnut trees, just everything is going to get bathed in it. So appreciate your time for watching this. And if you enjoy what we do, keep watching, subscribe, hit the like button. Good Drugs Farm. Hope you can learn from our mistakes, and thank you for watching.